So that's an excerpt from John Petrucci's solo from the song Erotomania off the record Awake. And I included it as an example because it almost looks like an exact replica of what we were playing in the scale shapes. So to give a quick breakdown of what's going on in the solo, Petrucci's in the key of C, and Petrucci starts in lane 2 in the middle. So the C is here. And so I'll play the shape first. Shape 1, right? Familiar? So the way that Petrucci composed this is very much like an exercise, but he has just enough shifting in the notes to make it a musical statement. So instead of playing the scale just up and down, he starts with the third note of the scale and kind of rolls down and rolls back up. So the other thing that he plays is they're not perfect 16th notes. They're actually 5 notes per beat, or quintuplets. So it's a 5-note phrase. So every beat that goes by, 5 notes go by. So see how those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I just played? And the last thing is he does a pickup for the first 2 notes. So the downbeat is actually the first finger. So it's downbeat right there. So every time that the pattern shifts lanes, which I'm going to play in a moment, you're actually ahead of the bar by the 2 quintuplets. So those 3 little changes made something that was an exercise if he had played it like this. Which is just playing, you know, up each scale shape and moving to the different string sets. He turned it into a piece of music, which sounds pretty cool. So here is 1-to-1 with the pattern that he created with it. So he goes shape 1 in the middle lane and then just moves an octave down to shape 1 on the low lane. So here's the transition again. So now he goes to shape 7, so he keeps moving down shape numbers. So we go to the 7th degree, we play that in the middle lane, and here's what that one sounds like when we play the same pattern of notes, but using shape 7. So remember, shape 1 did the pattern and it went like this, and then shape 7 it'll look like this. But what we want to do is put the shape 1 on the low lane in between that. So then what we do is we take shape 7 and you think, aha, I got it. He's going to move it down again. But no, he actually moves it up this time. So he's being not random, but he selected these for their sonic qualities and the idea in all music where you want to set up an expectation and then either fulfill it or go somewhere that's equally satisfying to the ear. That would be a nice surprise. So in this case, the sound is what you expect. It's still 7. But not exactly what you would expect. That was going down. So he's going to go up. So right there we have shape 1 in the middle, shape 1 low, shape 7 in the middle, shape 7 high. So we have 1, so then what he does is he tricks us again. We go to shape 6, but you think, oh, he's going to go back to the middle. But no, he doesn't. He goes on the same strings. So 7 here. And then he jumps back to the middle. So far, it's a perfect exercise in that it goes shape 1, 7, shape 6. Drops down a degree shape-wise every time. But he changes which string set that he plays it on every single time that he does it. So he's slightly changing the expectation. Your ear's not getting bored with it as if you had gone, which is not terrible. It's a great exercise, but that didn't sound nearly as cool as what he had come up with. So the next shape, you'd think, oh, he's going to play shape 5. So he actually does play shape 5. Just think of it as a shape on the top strings, and then a shape dropped into the middle strings. So he replaces shape 5 with what would be the notes for harmonic minor briefly, because again, this is a piece of music and he's using his ears as much as, getting going by using these shape ideas. So right here we have the harmonic minor fragment. And then you'd think, okay, if we keep going, it's going to be shape 4. He skips over shape 4. So then we jump to shape 3. And he maintains staying on the top strings to middle strings, because we had that harmonic minor change there in the middle. So that kind of made that expectation of which string set you were on. He changed the scale, so that kind of set up that section. So now we have 3rd degree of the key of C is E, so that's where we are, and we're going to play shape 3. And then we're going to drop to the middle. And that was shape 3 an octave lower. And then that shape 4 that we left out, we go back to those 2 strings. And then just finish it off with a triplet at the end. And then you're going to land on an upstroke at the end if you do the picking correctly. So I actually started in the middle of the solo where it ends up in the key of C, so I could demonstrate the shapes moving and pivoting. So let's go back to measure 1 of the solo and play the first 4 bars of the solo. So we're going to be in the key of F to start that one, because he does a little key change in there. So in the key of F, we have an E. So that becomes the 7th note of the key. So E is the 7th of the key of F, and so he does shape 7. So here's the pattern. So there's what he starts off with, and he starts off with a pickup. So it's da-da-1, so we got 1. And then instead of moving every single time, we actually do another little change to the motif. We replace part of it, of what was on string 3, he moves to string 2. So right there we'd be on shape 5 if we were to look at what note that is of the key. See? So he's going to go like this. So he does a little string skip. So now we've got another motif using the shapes, but using them in a creative way where you're not playing every single note of all the shapes like we did with the rest of them. We played all the notes in there. This is, we're moving from shape to shape without it actually hitting every single note. So that's the second passage. Then we go to the first passage, we repeat that again. And then this time, we start the passage on the 5th string, which is, if I did the shape, it'd be shape 1. And then here's the notes of the 5th string of shape 1. So he starts the phrase there. But then we end it where we would normally end it on 7. So let me put that all together. So we do the phrase in its normal way. And then we do it with the string skipping to shape 5. And then we do it regular way again. And then we start the pattern on the 5th string. So now, after you finish that grouping, he moves the entire thing that I just played, all of that slides down 1 shape. So we have, that's shape 6. We are on 7, so the next shape will be 4. Like that, and then we have shape 6, and then what would be 7, because here's 7 here, and it's the 5th string of 7. And then that leads us to the key of C, the pivot shape, and we seamlessly move to the key of C. So I'll play the whole solo, but I'll play it at that tempo, that slow tempo, so you can watch what I'm doing. So here it is. And that is a perfect real-world example of using the lanes, the shapes, to create the major scale patterns and use them in a solo in the metal style.